Welcome to the Triathlon Nutrition Academy podcast, the show designed to serve you up evidence-based sports nutrition advice from the experts. Hi, I'm your host Taryn, accredited practicing dietitian, advanced sports dietitian, and founder of Dietitian Approved. Listen as I break down the latest evidence to give you practical, easy to digest strategies to train hard, recover faster, and perform at your best. You have so much potential, and I want to help you unlock that with the power of nutrition. Let's get into it. I'm jumping into your ear holes today for a bonus episode because I can't contain my excitement. Doors are now open for the Triathlon Nutrition Academy program. They're open from today until next Sunday, the 24th of April. So what is it? Who is it for? What does it involve? So if you've been listening to the podcast for a while, you might be starting to think that nutrition is the missing link in your performance. And you know how passionate I am about getting practical, evidence-based information out there in a very, very noisy world. There is so much BS. Now, I'm not talking about winning races as performance. It could just be your performance in life and how you go on a day-to-day basis. You're not performing to the best of your ability if you're feeling tired and fatigued all the time and you're not really sure how to actually fix that. Or you struggle to get off the couch after big training sessions. I call this the tired triathlete. Just so tired all the time. You're not performing to the best of your ability if you crave sweet in the afternoons to get you through that 3:30 slump and really just want to take a nap, but you can't because you've got a job to do. Or you fade in the back end of hard, long sessions. Or worst case scenario, bonk and hit the wall where you've literally got nothing left to give. You're also not performing to the best of your ability if you're trying to lean up, but are really struggling to do that. So you're scaling back all the time, trying to eat less, and that just perpetuates this big cycle of feeling tired and wrecked all the time if you're constantly trying to scale back. So if any of those sound like you, they are red flags that your nutrition is definitely not dialed in. You're feeling like and performing like a tired triathlete. You're driving a cheap, beat-up Honda and putting the cheap fuel in, and I don't want that for you. I want you to feel like your body's a high-performing machine, and you're putting the expensive premium fuel in it. Imagine how it would feel to have an advanced sports dietitian with over 13 years experience in your corner telling you exactly what you need to eat for you and when, so you can finally train harder, recover quickly, and perform to the ability that you're capable of. I call this the supercharged triathlete. So who is the Academy perfect for? If you're a triathlete, obviously, it's not for endurance runners and endurance cyclists. It is specifically for the 3 disciplines of triathlon. But you could be new to the sport, or you could have been around for a while and never really looked deeply into your nutrition. Don't feel like you have to be a really good athlete to benefit from quality nutrition advice. A lot of people that have been triathletes for a long time come and see a dietitian last and they're like, crap, I should have done this years ago. One of the ladies inside, Nick, has been doing triathlon for about 7 years now, and she really regrets not tackling her nutrition 7 years ago because she'd be a way better athlete than she is now. But I don't want you to feel regret. It's never too late to look at your nutrition and start to understand exactly what you need for you. Already inside, we have a huge range of people from all walks of life. We have men, we have women, we have people all around the world inside the program, which is pretty cool. We have bigger humans and we have more petite humans. We've got some vegan athletes, some gluten-free athletes, some dairy-free athletes. It doesn't matter what way of eating you subscribe to or follow, the basic building blocks of nutrition are still the same. We've got athletes that have never done an Olympic distance race before and have only dabbled in sprint, all the way up to people that are racing Ironmans at least once or twice a year. So a huge range of people. And you get to learn from all of them as well. Now, nutrition is very individual. I don't believe in a blanket one-size-fits-all, and there's lots of grey areas when it comes to nutrition. But it's all about understanding what you need for you that is key to your success. In the first 12 weeks, I'm going to walk you through phase 1 of your supercharged triathlete journey. This is where we're going to build a solid foundation with your nutrition, and it's where you get the best bang for your buck out of performance. We need to learn to walk before we can run. So for a lot of athletes, they go from the pointy end, follow the shiny objects, and do all of the supplements and 1%er type things first. We're going to flip that pyramid and work over the next 12 weeks on building a solid base with your nutrition. So you're going to develop a specific plan for your pre-training nutrition, depending on the type of session it is as well. You're not going to eat the same thing each day because that's my number one rule of triathlon, periodization. You're also going to calculate your specific recovery nutrition plan for you as well, because what you need is different to your training buddy or your partner or your coach. You need to understand exactly what you need and when to have it to really perfect your recovery nutrition. Then we're going to go fairly deep into some meal planning and periodization, because you shouldn't eat the same thing each day as a triathlete. I'm going to teach you how to change what you do for a light training day versus a moderate training day versus a hard training day, and how to actually do that practically. That's the most important thing. I can talk at you all day, can talk underwater, but you need to understand how to then apply that for what you do day to day. We're also going to tackle 2 really key nutrients that I think are so important for endurance athletes, and that's iron and calcium. And make sure you are ticking off these boxes every single day, because you're going to feel pretty crappy if you're not getting enough iron in your diet. And we're also doing long-term damage to our bones if we're not getting enough calcium from our diet. And also in our first phase, we're going to develop a plan for what you're doing on the bike for our ride fuel and running. We're going to tackle run fuel, because not a lot of triathletes actually understand what they're meant to be doing when they're exercising. You can pull information off the internet. It's very blanket and generic. It doesn't layer in your individual intricacies that you need to match with your nutrition. And then as we continue through the program, phase 2, we start to dive into our short course race nutrition. We're going to build on all of those foundations that we've built in phase 1. And now we start to play around with racing nutrition. So at the end of our short course race nutrition phase, you will have your very own sprint and Olympic race nutrition plans that are perfect for you. So as part of this 12-week block, we're working on our pre-race fueling, developing a carbohydrate loading plan, because carb loading is not just eating a bowl of pasta the night before your race and hoping for the best. That is not carbohydrate loading. We're going to understand your hydration needs, like what sort of sweater you are and what you need to do to rehydrate and stay hydrated. We're talking about race recovery, and we're going to start to talk about some of our performance boosters in this module too, which is pretty cool. And beyond that, we move on to phase 3, which is our long course race nutrition. So it is a good journey together. And in our long course race nutrition, at the end of that, you'll have your very own 70.3 and Ironman race nutrition plan and everything that goes into getting to that point. So there's a lot to cover. When it comes to triathlon nutrition, there is a lot of information out there, and I'm just going to fast track you through everything so you can put the blinkers on, understand what's right for you and what's evidence-based, and then walk away with practical plans so that you can actually do this yourself. It's going to be awesome. As part of the program, you also get invited into our secret closed community, and that's where you can connect with all of your other academy athletes. This is one of the best things athletes have told me they've gotten out of the program, is that camaraderie of learning with others. Triathlon can be quite isolating and a lonely sport, particularly if you train with yourself. It is an individual sport, but people do train with squads, which can be much more social. But the benefit of our community is that people's minds work differently. Someone will ask a question that you didn't even think of, and vice versa. So we're all learning together, and you know that everyone is in the exact same position and spot as you, making the same mistakes and learning how to overcome them together. This is also one of my favorite parts about the program as well, because I get to connect with triathletes all over the world. We even have our own Strava group. As part of the program, you also get me weekly live in our power hours. And this is your opportunity to ask me anything to get yourself unstuck, get help with whatever you're struggling it is for you, so that you're not trying to wing it, trying to figure it out for yourself online. Googling things, making mistakes, fumbling around in the dark. So Power Hour, you get to pick my brain and get unstuck so you can kick goals and get a plan that's specific for you and your needs. So you can think of me as your coach, but for food. To help you with the food side of things, you also get access to the dietitian approved recipe database, which is an ever-growing database of, at the moment, over 130 dietitian-approved recipes in there that are all developed with the athlete and active person in mind, knowing that they tick the right boxes for protein, can teach you about scalable carbohydrates. We've got healthy fats, which have anti-inflammatory and antioxidant properties, as well as getting all of our vitamins and minerals that are so important for endurance athletes and something that most people miss. And if you suck at menu planning and meal planning for the week or just hate it, then I've done that for you too. So every week you get a menu plan for your dinners with the shopping list that goes with it and the recipe to follow. So it's just trying to take away all the stress and effort and save you more time when it comes to eating well for health, but also eating for performance as a triathlete and performance in life. We're not talking about winning races here, unless you want to do that too, and then I'm happy to help you with that. We've got people in the program from all walks of life, from people that just want to have fun and participate to people who want to get to Kona and win. That's what makes it so exciting. So if this sounds like it could be a good fit for you, head to dietitianapproved.com/academy. I'll pop the link in the show notes. And if you have any questions, send me a DM on Instagram and we can have a chat. Or you're also welcome to join me live every day this week to celebrate launch week, where I'll be going live on Instagram and Facebook to talk about a whole heap of triathlon nutrition related stuff. And if you're not registered for it yet, head to dietitianapproved.com/webinar to come and join me for my free masterclass on the number one nutrition rule every triathlete needs to know and abide by. I'm pretty excited for that. So dietitianapproved.com/webinar to register for that on Wednesday. It is free. Don't hesitate to reach out if you have any questions or if there's anything you're unsure about. Doors close next Sunday night at 6 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time on the 24th of April. So that's Brisbane time. And then we kick off straight away on the 24th as well. The first module unlocks itself next Sunday, so you can jump straight in and get cracking. I can't wait to see you inside the Academy.